you wear an Apple Watch, then you need to hear this. Everybody's been talking about RFK Jr.'s proposed autism database, but the real story, as we all know, isn't just about autism, it's about control. Control over biological data, which is very quickly becoming the most powerful resource in the AI arms race. And when we talk about your biological data, we're not just talking about your DNA or blood tests. We're talking about your heart rate variability, your sleep cycles, your breathing patterns. It's all of these tiny and unique rhythms that your body gives off every second and is being tracked, and it's a lot more revealing than you'd think. They're so unique, in fact, that even if this data is anonymized, meaning your name's been stripped out of it, AI models can still re-identify you just from your heartbeat or your stress fluctuations. It's like having a fingerprint for your biological data. Anytime you're wearing an Oura Ring or putting your information into an Apple Health card, all of it is collecting your biological data, and none of it is protected by HIPAA. What people don't realize is that the second your health data touches a wellness app or a commercial cloud server, it legally stops becoming known as health data and it starts becoming known as consumer data, which means it can be sold, shared, or scraped with almost no restrictions. And right now, RFK Jr.'s autism and health databases are looking to centralize even more of it. It pulls from government hospitals, sure, but it's also going to be pulling from private companies, from wearable tech, and from pharmacy chains. And I feel like a lot of people missed that in the initial announcement because they got caught up in the emotional side of the autism list, which was obviously by design. And if you want to know what that infrastructure could look like in a potentially dangerous way, look no further than INACHE. You know who I'm talking about. During the COVID era, INACHE introduced this health code system where people would have to upload their health records to this app, which would then generate a color code based off of their reported symptoms or lack thereof. If you got green, it meant you were good to move about freely. If you had yellow, it meant you had to self-isolate or restrict movement. And red meant you had to quarantine, and sometimes they would forcibly detain you and send you to health camps. And what's really scary in all of that is sometimes people were wrongly flagged with yellows or reds because of database errors, or sometimes because of political targeting, or what we call in America, clerical errors. It wasn't public health, it was social control dressed up as public health. And in the US, it probably won't be so blunt. I know that biotechnology is not inherently evil by design. In many ways, AI trained on this biological data could help with patient personalization for medications and help potentially cure cancer. But forgive me if I'm a bit skeptical when it comes to these billionaires promising breakthroughs in public health while also buying private islands to conduct their own experiments far from any public oversight. That's right, I'm talking about you, Larry Ellison. I'm watching you. The thing with biological data is that once it's centralized, its uses don't remain confined to healing. I mean, think about the ways that this could be used. Insurers would almost certainly dynamically price your premiums. Employers could screen you by your biometric scores and your mental health data. And governments could classify citizens by biological desirability. Like, that's pretty scary. And they'll have had your permission to do so because they're constantly updating their privacy policies without so much as a heads up to